Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for One Piece Chapter 1021. When we last left our heroes, Yamato and Kaido were continuing their fight. We learned a little bit more about Yamato's Devil Fruit. That is this mythical Zoan that comes from a guardian spirit of Wano, and part of Kaido's motivation for installing Yamato as Shogun is to use that imagery to kind of stamp out hope. Use the guardian deity of Wano as a symbol of oppression. Yamato, however, sees it as a liberating force for Wano to use it in its original interpretation. And the two of them kind of clash for a bit before we cut back to the chapter's main attraction, Robin and Brook versus Black Maria. Black Maria has used this sort of mist to make Robin see her departed loved ones. It doesn't really work. So Robin and Brook then kind of fight Black Maria for a while. Brook is able to disable Black Maria's weapon of choice with his soul powers, and then kind of goes to deal with some of Black Maria's henchmen, while Robin deals with Black Maria one-on-one, summoning this giant clone of herself. It was really cool. And then we cut to Luffy back at Tokage Port, where he is still there with Momo and Shinobu, have found him in the Heart Pirates. Caribou's kind of in the background watching, and Luffy wants Momonosuke to take him back up to Onigashima. So yeah, that's where we left off. Let's jump right on into Chapter 1021, Demonio. Or Demonio? I will say, I've gotten... It's perhaps too minor to be called a spoiler, but I have a good idea as to at least which character the word Demonio is talking about. So I'm not going in this completely blind. I don't know any of the context around it, but I have a good idea what that is about. Either way, our cover picture is Senor Pink and Frankie having drinks at a leopard's bar. Kind of bringing back that sort of bro vibe they kind of had during Dressrosa, as I recall. It's cute, not super important or anything. Either way, we open, not with Luffy, where we left off, but back with Robin, with her giant clone and the giant arms, and Black Maria taunts, "Aw, are you mad?" Specifically, I kind of forgot to bring this up, is that Black Maria had been taunting both Sanji and Robin herself, implying that Robin was kind of a weak link in the crew due to how many people kind of want her. So anyway, Black Maria continues her teasing. "Aw, are you mad? That's quite the size you can reach. It seems exhausting." But Robin counters, "Don't worry about me." But she does kind of start to breathe heavy, because this is probably kind of exhausting. "This won't take long. Sea Serpent Snapdragon!" And all of the arms sort of start to kind of whirl around, it looks like, approaching Black Maria, and some of the arms all grab onto her legs, and one reaches for her head. Robin snaps, "There's no escape." And Black Maria swings her staff. You don't think I'm just going to sit back and take it, do you?" And she deflects the hand, causing an identical cut to appear on Robin's real hand. And Black Maria takes note of that. "That damage still hurts your real body, doesn't it? All you've done is given me an easier target to hit. Bigger arms and more of them." And she reveals a, poison stinger that I don't think we had ever seen from her before. Sort of coming towards Robin, which could be bad, especially because Robin's head has also been cloned. Or no, it's not a stinger, it's her feet, as Black Maria points out. "Ah, so you noticed the poison on my feet? Marionette!" And she kind of catches some of Robin's new arms in what looks like webbing, which would tie in with both the marionette attack and her being a spider. "Merry apprehend!" And the Robin clone is sort of spread out by these webs, giving us, I guess, a fan service shot if that's what you're here for. But also leaving Robin wide open in her vitals. And Black Maria puts on these, iron fists. "I'm a fighter, you know, and I show no mercy to anyone. Even women," which is a weird thing for a woman to say. You normally see men talk about, "I won't hit women," or "I will hit women." It's weird to see a woman say that. Either way, Black Maria tackles the giant Robin and just starts pummeling it. Oira Knuckles! And she smacks the giant Robin. We see our Robin is starting to, she like falls to her knees. She's bleeding now. It's so satisfying to beat on a nice big target. And Robin sort of holds her head as more and more blood appears. And then Black Maria smashes through the giant Robin head. Robin has sort of undone her attack. Oh, too much for you. And all the webs sort of go away now that all of their targets have disappeared. But just then, new hands kind of reach for Black Maria. Black Maria seems to see through it and creates like a shield of webbing that all the hands kind of get stuck in. Maricade! My threads are flammable, you know. And the mouth at the base of her spider body starts to breathe fire onto the webbing, which is now going to attack all of Robin's hands. Marie Arson! I do know, though, all of her attacks have the same kind of Maria pun. It's good enough, I guess. Black Maria gets back to taunting. What happens if this won't take long? After you stuck up for that pathetic Blackleg Sanji's failure, you're both going to look like idiots if you lose next. And now it seems like she's attacking the real Robin. Yeah, because now the real Robin is caught up in the Marinette's attack. Go on, little flower. Bloom in the midst of this sea of flames. Excuse me. Actually, can flowers bloom while on fire? I suppose you'll have to show me, hee hee. And Robin lets out this, oh no. Which is, I'm trying to figure out if I'm supposed to believe that. Especially because I just saw that next Brook panel. Accidentally read a bit of that just now. I think Robin's sort of playing a not particularly great acting job. Either way, Black Maria continues, or do you need that ghostly skeleton to put out the flames again? And Brook turns back to Black Maria. That was a very foolish thing I just heard you say, Miss Black Maria. If I were you, I would be running for my life. Yo-ho-ho-ho. Black Maria just ignores him and goes back to pounding on Robin. What are you even good for, demon child? Remember what I said earlier? You're the dead weight of your crew. The only thing the greater figures of the world want from you is your brain, not your giant arms and legs. They don't care about your personality. You're just a tool to them as long as you're alive. So we're seeing, like I kind of pointed out last chapter, is that Black Maria is going back to sort of taunting Robin with the same things she sort of beat herself up over pre-Ennis Lobby. And it's not really having the mental effect that I think Black Maria wants, because Robin has kind of moved past all that. Anyway, we then get a Robin flashback. Back to her time with the Revolutionary Army by the looks of things, which I'm not quite sure if we've ever really spent a lot of time with Robin and the Revolutionaries. It's her and Koala. You ought to know how to throw a punch if you need it. And Robin sort of is lounging on a rock, kind of head in hands. A slap's not good enough. And Koala gets onto her. People will try to kill you, Robin. How about a palm attack? With the base of the palm, wham! And Sabo comes over. Want me to teach you my Dragon Claw fist, Robin? And then, I don't know enough of the members of the Revolutionaries to know all of them. I only really can remember Koala, Sabo, and Dragon. But a Fishman member walks over. Don't force it on her. Robin's joint locks are plenty powerful. And Koala kind of fumes. I know, but we can't help her once we've split up. My point is that she can take care of herself. And Robin sort of laughs. Ha ha ha. Well, if you insist. Would you teach me how to do a palm strike? And Koala and Saba both cheer. Sure thing! So, yeah, I guess we're going to see a new attack from Robin tied in with more forceful palm hits rather than her normal slaps. But Robin takes another hit from Black Maria as she thinks some more that knowledge has been useful on many occasions. And we see a scene that might be from Fishman Island, I think? I don't quite recall the scene, but it's underwater, so that feels like Fishman Island. Gigantesco Mono! Like, pushing them away from a rock, I think, which I could see when that scene would fit with the descent into Fishman Island, or the ascent from. I just don't really remember that bit in particular. Anyway, Robin continues, and now, as she flashes back to Sabo, you have to visualize your opponent's core, and then Koala, and save this for when you really need it. It's another palm attack, but this one's a Fishman Karate secret art. So first thing is, so she's using some Fishman Karate, that's nice. And Robin raised her next attack, Mille Fleur, Fishman Karate. And her like a whole tree of arms, it looks like, appears on the back of Black Maria's spider body. Huh? Gigantium! And she lunges up to the roof, I guess to bring the building down on Black Maria. And Black Maria taunts, "Why are you attacking up there?" "Oh, unless..." And all the rubble falls down over the fire. "No! That put out all the fire!" "Huh?" And then, here's the bit I have seen, or at least the outline of this. Robin's new giant body, Demonio Floor, which has like fangs, devil horn, full-on black wings. Black Maria starts to panic. Demon?" And Robin just grins at her. "I can be a demon if I have to. I'll do it for the people who truly need me. For the people who are counting on me." And more of Robin's arms start to grab Black Maria. "Stop! Why do you look like that?" "Ah!" And so Black Maria falls, and it looks like there are two Robin bodies? Oh, no. The perspective made Black Maria look human-sized, so I thought Robin was human-sized, but this is still the giant Robin body, because only a giant Robin could hold Black Maria like that. And Robin taunts, "What was that you said about not needing arms and legs?" And Black Maria kind of panics. "What? I wasn't talking about me. You're the one nobody wants." And I'm trying to get a good read on this attack. Grand Jacuzzi Clutch is the name. And there's just a lot of limbs all kind of tearing at Black Maria, like pulling her arm like back, I guess, shattering it, maybe both arms. Is she tearing off Black Maria's legs? It's a really cool looking panel, but I can't quite work out what is in particular going on there. Though I do want to point out, though, looking at Robin's limbs, I didn't really call this out before, with their now being kind of black. They look like Armament Haki. This looks like Robin in Armament Haki, which would make her, I think, strong enough to sort of shatter or break all of Black Maria's bones. Black Maria's out. This is the end of that fight. She's not gonna back up. I don't think it's gonna be like Ulti in page 1, where they kept coming back every 5 minutes. That's the end for them. They are fucking down for the count. And what a cool fucking attack that is. And then some of Black Maria's henchmen hear the scream from Black Maria there. "Huh? What was that awful sound? And who made that scream? We can't see through the ice blocks. Stupid skeleton. Did something happen, Lady Black Maria?" And we see that Brook is apparently has these huge sheets of ice that are largely blocking the henchmen from the fight with Black Maria, but they can kind of peer through. They can't get through, but they can see through it. Did she... What? And they just look over the battle, Black Maria unconscious, as Robin kind of looms over her. "Lady Black Maria!" And Robin looks back at them. "Eek! A demon!" And they all kind of back away real fast. And Brook pops up right in front of them. "I appreciate you lining up for me. Yo-ho-ho. And now the Frost Dons. Orchestra!" And he just cuts all three of them with like a treble clef. Right down the middle. Yeah! And they are not three. I think it's closer to like 4 or 5 of them. And they all fall with that. That's the end of this fight. And then Brook sort of sits there. "And now, I'm feeling a bit tired. Oh, careful, Robin." And we see there's still some flames around. And a Bao Huang, or a Mary, who is watching all this. And then we come back to Tokage Port. With Caribou, who is telling someone, "Are you sure you understand? That's a month's worth of food for me. You better replace every last morsel, or I'm gonna have a problem." Oh, Caribou is giving Luffy the food. He's having it. So I guess I mentioned last time that with Caribou's sudden appearance at the end of last chapter, that there would be something that Caribou would have some role to play in the climax. And I figured we'd figure that out much later, that it would either have some role during the Kaido fight, or some role in the Straw Hats' departure from Wano. Kind of like that one marine person who showed up at the end of Alabasta to kind of chase the Straw Hats off, and Mr. 2 had to kind of sacrifice himself. I was thinking maybe something like that for Caribou. Instead, he's already making his value known as he gives Luffy a shit ton of meat to get Luffy back into fighting form. A month's worth of food for Caribou, which just, I mean, we know how much Luffy eats, but God, that's a lot. And one of the Heart Pirates tells him, "I can't believe how much you were carrying around. My swamp power is bottomless. She's a hungry gal." It's interesting enough that Caribou refers to his own power not only as a person, but as a woman. Like, it's not a ship. Ships are commonly gendered as women. But his devil fruit power as well? I don't know, it's an interesting thing. Anyway, a giant member of the Heart Pirates then talks to Luffy. "Hey, Straw Hat, now that your strength is back, tell us what's happening on Onigashima. What's going on with the captain, Beppo, and the others?" And Luffy's just still going on. Smack, gulp. I tried to do that noise, didn't really work. And then we come to Shinobu and Momo, who are kind of talking off in the distance. And Shinobu tells him, "Yes, I could do that, but why would you suggest something so foolish? We just got away from that terrible place. I'm not going to help you go back up there." So Momo was trying to get Shinobu to be on board with the plan to go back up to Onigashima. I don't quite know why he needs Shinobu, because can he just turn into can his dragon form not fly? Is that something that, because we know that Kaido's dragon form can fly, and we know the two dragon forms are deeply connected. Maybe it's just that, like, Momo hasn't quite reached that level yet. It's probably one of those things that we know, but I just haven't really seen his dragon form in so long, I can't quite remember. Anyway, Momo tries to argue his case. "If I don't do something, the flower capital and all of Wano will fall into ruin." And Shinobu counters, "But what you're asking of me can't be undone, and your mind will still be that of a child." Oh, I have an idea where this is going. "I don't care. Maybe it will help me turn into a giant dragon. Please, Shinobu, use your ripe jutsu to turn me into an adult." To be continued. Interestingly enough, not with our traditional next chapter hits on such and such a date, though we also know when the next chapter hits. The next chapter still hits August 22nd. I don't know why that's not really being placed there. Either way, not really the important thing. Let's talk about Robin. Good lord, this was a good Robin chapter. We have needed a Robin fight for so long. I'm actually going to point out my first complaint is that, and it's not much of a complaint as the flashback only goes on for like half a page, but the palm strike, it seems not super important for I guess it's the palm strike that brings down the roof to put out the fire, but it's not like putting out the fire is what leads to Robin's victory. It's her Demonio Floor and what I'm assuming is Armament Haki. Just because it really, really seems like Armament Haki from Robin, which is some good fucking shit there. But the Fishman karate bit isn't super important to the fight. I don't quite know if that really affected the fight, especially because the fire is kind of still going in the aftermath, I think. Because we see when the henchmen look through the gap in the walls, we can still see the fire. The fire is still there. So the whole Fishman karate thing was kind of irrelevant. But that's an incredibly minor note on just a really fucking cool chapter. We see, Robin's first attempt doesn't really work, just creating the giant body and all the gigantic arms doesn't really do much good against Black Maria. But once that demon form comes out, once that Armament Haki is ready to go, she just breaks the woman, like shatters her. I think she's chopped off the spider legs, because I don't quite see how all four of those spider legs would connect to the main body at that point. Or maybe are those, because we see like the balls of the spider legs and then a sort of more linear part of it. Are those like feet or like the ends of the legs, or are those the parts connecting to the body? Because it looks like they're going towards the body. I assume they've been broken off, and now the ends were sort of facing the main body. but maybe it's the other way around. Maybe those are like the base parts of her legs. I'm trying to see if I can get a good shot at. Yeah. Looking at it on page 7. I think it's not so much. I don't think those are the feet of her legs. I think those are still just the top part of the legs. Either way, it doesn't really look super healthy, the position that they're in. Yeah, it's just a good bit. It's a good bit. That Grand Jacuzzi clutch, that Demonio floor, it's all just real fucking good. I wish that panel was just a little bit structured a little bit differently so it could make for a good thumbnail. Because I don't think I can really make that into a thumbnail. I might be able to, actually. Y'all know if I did or not by now. It's just a good bit. It's a good bit. And then we get some of Brook using his own attack. I like, though, like when I first saw the sheets of ice in the little gap, I was kind of confused. But I like Brook's explanation. It was specifically so that they would all kind of peer through together to get a look at Black Maria, allowing Brook to kind of take them all out in one go. And yeah, that's the end of that. And with that, I believe, unless we find out that, like, Who's Who or Sasaki aren't quite as down as they appear back in 10, 18, and 19, excuse me, I think we're done with the Tobi Roppo. You know, I've been complaining for a while. The Tobi Roppo have just kind of been in the background. We get fights teased with them, and then the fights kind of get reshuffled. And now, in the span of about 5 or 6 chapters, Oda got rid of, Page 1 and Ulti and Who's Who and Sasaki and Black Maria, just like that. King, Queen, and Jack are still around, and of course Kaido. But, like, Wano is really starting to move into his endgame. We've been sort of almost in, like, a holding pattern for a long time, whereas, like, cool things have happened, but not really a lot of forward progression, it's felt like. I've complained about that a lot in the past. But now, we're here. The progression is here. The arc is, moving into its climax. All of these minor bad guys are all kind of down for the count. All that's left are the 3 headliners, and I'm trying to think if anyone besides Kaido is left. Like, Hawkins, I think, is still around, and Apu might be. I know Zoro did a pretty big attack on him during the Ice Oni incident, and maybe Queen did something to him for failing the Ice Oni incident, but he might be around, as is Hawkins, and Big Mom, of course. But, like, it does really feel like we're moving into this arc's endgame. After, 100+ chapters. Which is always great to see. And then we, of course, have this bit at Tokage Port, with Caribou having this sort of act of, like, generosity towards Luffy, helping him come back. And then I guess Caribou is no fan of Kaido either. But, like, it's nice to see him sort of put his faith in Luffy, in a way. And then we have that last sort of discussion with Shinobu and Momo to use the ripe fruit to turn him into an adult. Which, we'll see how that all turns out. I'm not sure it's a great... I mean, I guess if it's the only way they can really get back to Onigashima... Though I don't know, is Onigashima, like, too high for Luffy to use his rubber powers to get back up there? I'm not sure we've ever really seen a length limit on Luffy's stretching. But I guess there might be, which would explain why he needs Momo to take him back up. But yeah, that's going to lead to some nice drama in 2 weeks. Because yeah, we're on break next week. But what a chapter to have before we go on break. It's just good shit. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!